Hello, this is Adore from BricksMaven, and this will be part 9 of building a one-page wellness spa website. Okay, so I hope you guys liked the previous video where we actually looked at the what did we actually look at? Yeah, we looked at the solution and the treatment sections. In this video, we'll be diving into the next one will be the services, and scroll down, that will be the this is the experience, if I think. Yeah, the experience, and basically showcasing strong points why clients keep coming back. Actually, this was just a bulleted section, and I just thought, hey, why not make it a little bit more yeah, give it a little bit more meat, right? Huh? Give it a little bit more, make it more visual instead of just a simple list. So I just thought, hey, I'll just add like a tab component, and if you just click on a different tab, you will just get a different image representing whatever point that we're trying to communicate that brings customers back. Okay, so diving into this, I'll start here. As you look at this section here, these cards that I created, I turned it into a component. Why? Because you should be able to turn off things, and I was thinking it should have like a hover. Once you hover over the cards, you should see the this heading will slide up, right? And you see the description text, and also the person who will be helping you, the name of the team member will actually slide in also. So I have to think maybe if this goes up, this will come down. So the description goes up and the team member comes down. I think that will be a very nice effect. Here is the component here. So it consists of a nested component, which is the team member. So you can turn off the avatar, so you can also have a team member without let me show you here. I think it's on the instance. So here we can turn off the yeah, here it is. You can hide the avatar. So if you don't want to show a team member, you can hide that away. You can change the team member's name. You can change the icon if you want. You can also decide to hide the whole top bar or show it, or only hide the icon if you don't want an icon. You can also hide the team member if you don't want to, and you can hide the description. So that's how you get. So this is actually basically the hover effect. So if you hide the description, if you show the description, this is how the hover will look like. And you also get a drop shadow on it once you hover over the cards. So that's basically it. And the background will be a video, which I'll showcase. And basically, the intro section will scroll through the cards, which is sticky. I'll show that in the presentation. Let me just close this down. I'll reload it. Yeah, so here you will see, well, you know what, I'll just go through it and I'll show it. I think I'll show it once I've gone through all the different sections. So in this section, I already explained, basically you just step through, and I just wanted it to look very, visually very nice, right? Okay, so I'm going to move on to the second section. As you know, we stopped here. So the next two sections are basically the same thing, services, and also why clients choose us. I'm also using a tab element here again, tab component here. So basically you just tab over the cards, and then you see the image with some text on it. And basically just, like I said before, shows the reasons why clients keep coming back. Instead of a simple bullet list, this is also a way to transform it and make it look visually interesting instead of just a simple checked list, right? Okay. And as for the services, I created a full width. Yeah, the cards are just displaying at full width. I'm using the same card, only in this scenario, the only hover is that the description shows and the color is a little bit more grayish. So that's the only difference. By the way, this is light, right? So if I could have, no, I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Light is okay. So I created 2 versions. So we have this one, and we also have, let me zoom a little bit back. So we have this, and we also have, where is it? I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna show this. So we also have this one where you actually hover over the card and it expands. So we have just 3 cards which are set to full width, and once you expand over a certain, over one card, it will then push the other cards and make them smaller. So this, and if you go over this one will expand, this one will become smaller. If you go over this one will expand, and the rest will become smaller. So that will be the hover effect here, which is a different way of displaying the services. So I have just 2 versions. I can choose for the full width. I will obviously build both, so you always have that choice. I can make separate patterns. Yeah, so that's I just wanted to show you guys that. And last but not least, I've already gone over this one. Yeah? So yeah, you just tab through the different reasons and you get a different image. So that's it for this section. We're flying through it today. And here, ooh, what is this? Yes, I made some changes again. Let me see if I make any changes here. I made some changes again. I didn't like how the sections were. I didn't like the overlap, right? I wanted it to keep this background and just like have a little bit of gradient here, and then you see an image, and then the different cards that were here. I changed the orientation. I set the component to stack instead of inline. So now we have a different, different view, and I think I like this much better than the previous one. So as you see, every time I am. By the way, I come back every day to this design because I spend a few hours every day, obviously designing it and then shooting the videos. But every time I just see something that I'm not happy with, and I change it again. And I think there will come a point where if you keep on looking at design, there will be something that you want to change. But obviously, we don't do this infinitely, right? Normally, I would only work on 1 page, and now I'm doing 3 pages at the same time. So there's more work. It's going to take longer. But just doing 1 page and focusing on 1 page would have been obviously faster. But hey, this is a lot of fun. Okay, so we move on to the sections. The service section. This is a sticky section. I already explained this also in the last video, what I was going to do. So this is going to be a sticky section where the intro section on the right side will scroll down as the cards scroll up. There are 2 things we can do. We can just let the cards scroll normally, like they're just stacked underneath each other, or we can set them all to sticky, that they all stack on top of each other. So that will be a different effect that we could do. And I added the flower on the background to just give it a little bit more, to make it visually interesting, because it was just like, really empty. So just something subtle on the background will just make it a little bit more special. Okay, so last but not least, also a tabbed a component again. So we're just tabbing through the different options that you have, and the image will change. And I think now I can show you guys the presentation, so you can actually see the sticky at work. Going to the second flow. Here we are. So let it load in a bit. Then I start scrolling down. Just go all the way down. It has to load. There it is. Okay, so now we're here, and you can see the video is already playing, right? So this is basically what you'll see. You continuously see these videos playing. And then you scroll down, see? So it's overlapping. See how it's overlapping the intro section? This is what we're going for on this specific section. This is what I wanted to happen. I just want to scroll while it sits there. And then it comes to an end, and then we get here, and then we have these tabs. We can just click, 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 and this will change. Yeah. So that's basically that for this section. So I'm going to move on to the next. So we can just see it in its full glory. So here we have the full width images cards, sorry. So you just hover, this will go up, this will go up, this will go up. Obviously, if you leave the card, it will go down again and to fade out. So it's actually moving up and fading in. And then if you leave the hover, it moves down and fades out. So that also give it a nice effect. I could also do, I could also make it that the icon, once you hover over it, that the icon appears. And then when you hover off, it disappears. The icons were basically just there. The idea that I had was to actually have icons that represent the different services. But on some level, maybe it can come off maybe too playful, since I'm going for a serious classic look. So see, my creative mind is running again. So maybe if you come back the next time, I might remove it because it's too playful. But I'll just leave it in for now. And we have the tabs here. So let's move on to the next one. Scroll all the way down again. And then here you can see the new section, how the overlays, how it goes to the next section is just much better than the way it was. It was really dark, and now it's more lighter, and I like the way the cards came out. And we have the sticky section again, and as you see, if you scroll down, it scrolls with you. So this is basically what we're going to create. And like I said before, the cards can stack on top of each other, so we can also do that. And if you see, this is very light. So I've taken this color, this background color, and this we're using the ultra light version. And the heading is also set to a darker color of the secondary color. And the text is actually the neutral color. But now I'm thinking to make this card to stand, if I wanted to stand out more, I might use like a secondary dark color. Or maybe just to merge more with the card, because now this grayish color doesn't really sit well. So I might make that change later. And last but not least, we have the tabs. So we can tap through these, and text will appear, the image will change, and everybody will be happy. So I kept this video real short. I think this is under the 50 minutes mark. So the next video we'll be looking at the transformation and testimonials. So I'm also looking forward to that. Hope you guys too, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.